Oh my goodness, y'all. This is Bethany, your host of the Random Yogi podcast. And today, my guest on the podcast is Kat Primo, a grief doula from California. When my father was dying, I didn't even know such a thing as grief doulas existed. I found out after he had died, and I thought to myself, everyone needs to know about this resource. And so I found her. She came on the podcast, and she has the most healing and life giving energy. It was such a privilege and an honor to even just be in her presence. And I really hope that y'all enjoy it. Catch this clip and then catch the full episode on the Random Yogi podcast, wherever you listen to podcasts. Thanks.
Right? So, there is no singular way that a dying person experiences it, just as the same is true of the grieving and the survivors. You may be familiar with Elizabeth Kubler-Ross and the 5 stages of grieving. I did. Okay. The 5 stages of grieving. So you've got denial, anger, depression, bargaining, acceptance. That study was done by Elizabeth Kubler-Ross with patients who are dying. So often people will say, "Oh, I didn't get to the acceptance phase," or whatever. That information is related to the dying process and what she witnessed in hospitals with people with terminal illnesses. So it's not necessarily prescriptive of the experience of the survivors, right? And you may not hit all of those marks. You may not experience that even as the dying person. So there's no one way to do it. There's no right or wrong way to do it. A lot of what people who are dying are needing is to be seen as a whole person, to,
And don't miss this every Sunday.